Is the Lost series coming back? The Lost series finale left more questions than answers, with mysteries that were never solved and characters whose stories were never continued. For many years, fans have been waiting for a continuation, and with several recent news, it seems that we will finally return to this universe. In this video, we'll be talking about the possible return of the Lost series and what this means for the Cloverfield universe. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Lost was one of the biggest phenomena ever in the history of television. A series that showed a group of people who had crashed on an island. This island, at first glance, appeared to be a typical tropical island, but it hides great secrets. From a monster known as the Black Smoke, which kills the lives of people who are not considered worthy of the island, to its own system of time travel. The island in the Lost series seemed to be more than just an island, a technological artifact created in the past, in a time older than the pyramids of Egypt, and whose characters were part of a game that had begun long ago. It is believed that the story of Lost is deeply linked to the stories of the Cloverfield movie, since in the first Cloverfield movie, we can see the logo of Dharma, the scientists who inhabited the island of Lost, and who tried to use it for military purposes. What is theorized is that the island of Lost was created by Dharma scientists to try to end the crisis that existed in the Cloverfield multiverse. However, although Lost left many questions unanswered and a lot of potential to continue this universe, it seems that the creators forgot about their fans. In the past few years, it has been mentioned that the creation of a story after Lost has not been possible, as the creators of Lost have a contract that prevents the network from making shows in the Lost universe without their consent. For years, there has been talk of possible reboots and alleged lawsuits that have occurred behind the scenes of the company itself, trying to fight for the rights to Lost, and it seems that this universe has been lost to its own fans. In recent years, one of the creators of Lost, Damon Lindelof, has mentioned that he regrets that Lost had not lasted only 3 seasons, which leads us to understand that for him, there has never been the idea of expanding this universe beyond what was shown in the series. Although we saw several extra scenes from the last season where Ben was shown with a new job, taking care of the island. But if the creators of Lost didn't want to expand their story, why did they make references to Lost in the Cloverfield universe? Although these references connect both universes, it is arguably more of an homage to the work of J.J. Abrams, who worked on the pilot of Lost. But then, does this mean that we won't see anything more of this universe? What about the rumors about a reboot of this universe? In the past few days, the actor who played Kim, Daniel Day Kim, gave an interview to the website Screen Rant, where he talked about whether he would return for a reboot of the series. Part of the news reads as follows. In an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Kim speaks about the chances of a Lost reboot. Kim responded that it depends on the creators and their vision. Despite not having a definitive answer on the reboot, the actor implied that he would return to the reboot if there were to be one, saying that, "If they come calling, I'll pick up the phone." Check out the full quote from Kim below. "That's not up to me. It depends on the creators and their vision, because that's what Lost was always based on, and if they come calling, I'll pick up the phone." This confirms that there are rumors of a possible reboot, and the actors who worked on the first series are set to return. But then, will Lost really come back? The truth is that during the past 10 years, we have heard that Lost could return in a movie or series. And most likely there are different ideas at ABC for its return, from a story that continues the life of one of the characters, such as Ben, to a reboot or an origin story of the island, where the connection with Cloverfield and the Dharma Project is explained in depth. There are many ways you could expand on this universe without even having to show the island. Though, of course, if a reboot of this universe is created, they would most likely show a new plane falling to the island. But is there evidence that we will see the series in the future? Beyond rumors of pre-production and possible scripts in ABC's hands, we have no evidence of anyone linked to the creation of a new version of Lost. But personally, I think the creators of Lost know very well that this is a franchise with a huge fan base, And at any moment, they could announce the return of this universe, if not the company that broadcast Lost at some point decides to continue this universe without its creators. It is a shame that a universe with so much story potential ended the way it did, and that its creators didn't want to revisit it for almost 2 decades. However, many Lost fans are still hopeful that one day they will be able to return. The possible return of the Lost series has generated a lot of expectation. However, the idea of rebooting the series by retelling the same story doesn't seem as appealing to me as the possibility of a continuation. The reason is simple. The magic of Lost lay in its mysteries and enigmas. We already know many of the answers to the mysteries that the island hid, and starting over from scratch, repeating those same mysteries, would not have the same impact. It would be like listening to a joke again, with an outcome we already know. It just wouldn't surprise us in the same way. Instead of a reboot, I think it would be much more interesting to explore a new story set on the same island, but in a different era. Imagine a plot that takes us to another moment in the island's history, with new characters and challenges, but at the same time, has the ability to solve some of the puzzles that were left pending, or even pose new mysteries. This would not only keep alive the essence of exploration and discovery that made Lost so special, but would also offer new and old viewers alike a reason to dive back into this fascinating world. Such an approach could enrich the universe of Lost, allowing us to learn more about the history of the island, its previous inhabitants, or even explore the consequences of the events in the original series. We could see how the actions of the characters we already know have influenced the island and its new inhabitants, or discover other great mysteries. For example, a new series could focus on a group of archaeologists who arrive on the island centuries later, or perhaps on the early days of the Dharma Initiative, giving us a completely new look at the mysteries that have captivated everyone, and would be much more interesting than repeating the story of the survivors of the oceanic flight. Also, the island theme could be touched upon in future Cloverfield movies, although that franchise is also on hiatus, but we'll talk about that in a future video. But tell me, what do you think about the rumors of the return of Lost and the possibility of a reboot? Do you think the Lost series should be left in the past, or do you think it still has potential to return? Could this island be better explained in some future Cloverfield universe movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.